Netflix and HBO may have been carrying the streaming team lately, but don't sleep on Amazon Prime Video because their new series The Boys, about a group of vigilantes who confront corrupt superheroes, has everyone talking. All 8 episodes of the first season of The Boys, based on the comic of the same name, are available now and stirring up audiences everywhere. So we're counting down our picks for the top 10 WTF moments from The Boys. For this list, we're taking a look at the most shocking and graphic moments from the first season. So if you haven't binged the show yet, this is your spoiler alert. And given the graphic and harsh nature of these entries, here's a gore alert as well. Number 10, the Deep rescues Dolphin, the female of the species. Like his fellow so-called superheroes, the Deep causes more problems than he solves. Even when doing what he considers a noble deed, the aquatic super manages to botch things up. Breaking a dolphin out of Oceanland, the Deep promises to show the sea creature some blowhole action. Believe it or not, seeing a human flirt with a dolphin isn't even the craziest part of this scene. When the getaway van was cut off by the cops, the Deep slams on the brakes. He unfortunately didn't do the best job at securing the dolphin, as it's sent flying through the windshield and onto the street where it's run over by a truck. The inclusion of Wannabe by the Spice Girls only adds to the madness. Number 9, Popclaw gets rough with the landlord. Get some. If you're going to get kinky with a super, you might want to consider bringing protection. And we don't just mean a rubber. Heartbroken over A-Train and supercharged on Compound V, Popclaw seduces her landlord to get out of paying rent. The fantasy gets too real, however, as Popclaw loses control. She goes from suffocating the man in between her legs to accidentally cracking his head wide open. Popclaw is so caught up in the heat of the moment that it takes a second for her to even notice his brains leaking onto the floor. This has gotta be the most gruesome endorsement for safe sex we've ever seen. Number 8, Mommy Issues. Good for the soul. Homelander commands every room he enters, but Madeline Stillwell is the one person who can make him weak in the knees. When Homelander isn't trying to win his boss's approval, he's watching her pump breast milk through a wall. Although their relationship isn't exactly platonic, Stillwell treats her star superhero like a devious little boy who needs to be kept in line. She thus serves as both a lover and a maternal figure for Homelander, which is all kinds of gross. Homelander's Oedipus complex reaches the pinnacle of creepy as he lies his head on Stillwell's lap with her shirt unbuttoned. Sucking on her fingers, Homelander mimics a breastfeeding newborn. Sigmund Freud would have a field day with this one. Number 7, Starlight's Confession. Good for the soul. As over the top as The Boys can get, it also provides timely commentary on everything, from celebrities, to prejudice, to radicalism, to sexual harassment. This scene touches upon all 4 of these topics as Starlight comes clean at a Believe expo. Feeling that she can no longer read from a script, the young heroine gets real about her thoughts on religion and those who claim to have all the answers. She drops the biggest bombshell upon revealing that somebody sexually assaulted her. We've all seen uncomfortable moments unfold on live television, and Starlight's emotional breakdown comes off as surprisingly authentic. Erin Moriarty's honest, emotionally raw performance is what makes the scene so hard to watch, but the truth is rarely easy to face. Number 6, In the Deep, the Self-Preservation Society. Following Starlight's televised confession, it isn't long until everyone learns that the Deep sexually assaulted her. Starlight likely wasn't the first either, requiring the Deep to take a sabbatical from the 7. Bringing a woman back to his Ohio apartment, the Deep is given an idea of how horrible he made Starlight feel. The Deep's hookup is less interested in his sex organs and more eager to see his respiratory organs. Although he's insecure about taking his shirt off, the Deep complies and reveals his gills. Giggling, the woman treats him like a circus freak, but that doesn't mean she's not still interested. On the contrary, she forces herself on top of him, and shoves her fingers into his gills, leaving us feeling deeply disturbed. Number 5. The Bum Bomb. Cherry. How do you restrain an invisible man who's virtually invincible? Well, shoving some C4 up his colon will likely keep him in check. When Butcher and Frenchie step out, Translucent seizes his opportunity to escape with only the timid Huey standing in his way. Huey isn't sure if he's ready to take the leap from kidnapping to murder, which Translucent uses to his advantage. While he nearly talks him into stepping aside, Huey decides that he's done keeping his hands clean and presses the detonator. Translucent may be invisible, but his insides are on full display as they splash onto Huey. Since he's one of the more stable characters on the show, seeing him get his blood on his hands was shocking in more ways than one. Number 4. Madeline's laser eye surgery. You found me. Believing Homelander is responsible for his wife's death, Billy Butcher dedicates his life to revenge. It appears Butcher may finally get even when he takes Stillwell hostage and threatens to blow her up in front of Homelander. As it turns out though, Homelander is tired of Stillwell's deception and burns 2 holes through her head. Of course, this doesn't stop Butcher from hitting the switch anyway. We go from one WTF moment to another as Butcher survives the blast. Homelander has taken him to a suburban neighborhood where Butcher learns that his wife is still alive. Not only that, but her affair with Homelander years ago resulted in a pregnancy. Vought's been hiding Becca and her superpowered son from Homelander, but now, Daddy's home. Number 3. Laser Baby. Good for the soul. We all know where babies come from, but Butcher and Milk are both shocked to learn where super babies come from while infiltrating the Vought facility. When the guards catch them trespassing, Butcher decides that they need to upgrade from a puny handgun to a baby blaster. This baby is packing more than a dirty diaper, as Butcher uses the newborn's laser vision to blow the guards away. The image of a baby discharging lethal beams of light from his eyes is both hilarious and alarming. What's especially jarring is just how quickly the situation escalates, with one guard losing his head entirely. Man, and we thought Jack from The Incredibles was a destructive little type. Number 2. Hi Robin. Bye Robin. The name of the game. If the boys demonstrates anything, it's that freak accidents would be a lot more common in a world of superpowered people. Shortly after being introduced to Huey and Robin, the latter is suddenly run over by speedster A-Train. Although it happens in a blink of an eye, the action is slowed down for us to see Robin's awful fate. This is only a minor inconvenience for A-Train, who just keeps running as if he stepped in mud. From this moment on, it becomes clear that The Boys isn't going to be your dad's superhero show. Where Robin's death is an act of recklessness, A-Train purposely murders his girlfriend Popclaw in order to save his own hide. And the number 1 WTF moment? Letting the plane crash. The female of the species. When the mayor of Baltimore tries to blackmail Stillwell, Homelander blows up his plane, giving us our first glimpse of just how corrupt America's golden boy is. Although the mayor's son and other innocents are on board, they're collateral damage in Homelander's eyes. Homelander shows even less regard for human life when another plane is hijacked. Maeve and Homelander stop the terrorists, but the pilot is killed and the plane is left beyond repair. Although Maeve lists off several ways they could potentially save at least a few passengers, Homelander nonchalantly writes off the mission as a lost cause. He won't even fly the children to safety and threatens those who beg for his help. While Maeve grieves, Homelander merely acts like an anthill got squashed. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more awesome videos.